Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. The line here is good. Anything up there is illegal. Touch them up.
Shakur Stevenson, the slick southpaw from the New York, New Jersey area, has built a strong following. And tonight, he's in against William Zepeda, an aggressive, offensive-minded southpaw who never takes a backward step. It's a fascinating clash of styles. Zepeda's pressure and volume against Stevenson's brilliant defense and ring IQ. Shakur is such a beautiful thinker in the ring, and early on you can see the strategy going to the body often, because that's the best way to slow down a high-output fighter like Zepeda. Zepeda is trying to set the tone, backing Stevenson into the corner and letting combinations go. One wide left even got through, but Shakur isn't running. He's biting down, standing his ground, and looking to take something out of Zepeda in return. That's the adjustment he has to make, accepting that Zepeda is going to be aggressive and applying his own effectiveness when the openings come. Stevenson lands a sharp left hand, and when Zepeda answers, Shakur fires right back with the cleaner shots, the kind of punches judges notice. This is where Stevenson's experience shows. He knows how to answer immediately, counter upstairs after Zepeda misses, and make him pay. Even with his back on the ropes, Shakur is slipping shots, forcing Zepeda to miss twice before tagging him in return. Still, Zepeda is relentless, letting his hands go, pushing the pace, and making Stevenson work harder than usual. The opening round was very competitive, with both men digging to the body. That's a hallmark of Mexican fighters like Zepeda, great conditioning and non-stop pressure. Stevenson, though, is one of the best in the sport at slowing down fights and taking away rhythm. He just has to stay composed because this is shaping up to be a long night at a fast pace, and conditioning will matter. We're watching two undefeated world champions in their primes. This kind of fight may not show separation until later in the rounds. Stevenson is willing to exchange at the start of round 2, but logic says he'll need to pick his spots, dig to the body, and gradually drain Zepeda's energy if he wants to take full control. There's really no other way to beat a fighter like William Zepeda. He's going to keep coming forward with relentless pressure. I think he's been overlooked in this fight as a 7-1 underdog, but he clearly learned a lot from those long 22 rounds of experience in his past. To answer that pressure, Shakur Stevenson has to start digging in, landing to the body, backing Zepeda up, and slowly taking energy away from him. And to his credit, Stevenson is doing just that, standing his ground as promised. But now, we're seeing Zepeda's determination. He's committing to the body, landing hard shots downstairs, and using that southpaw jab to the midsection, one of the best weapons for disrupting rhythm. Zepeda is having a much stronger second round, throwing combinations and keeping Stevenson occupied. I gave the first round to Shakur, but here, Zepeda is racking up punches and making his presence felt. For Stevenson, the jab is critical. He's got to establish it, use it to control range, and mix in uppercuts to take advantage of Zepeda's non-stop aggression. Still, you can see the numbers adding up for Zepeda. He's busier, and Shakur may need to create more space and pick cleaner shots upstairs. Both men are trading body punches now, Stevenson answering every attack, and it's turning into a very competitive fight. Round 3 begins, and Stevenson backs into the corner. That could play into Zepeda's hands if Shakur stays there too long, but when the jab starts working, it changes the flow. Both fighters continue to land, Stevenson digging to the body, Zepeda responding with his own shots, and the pace is blistering. This is high-level action, both men pushing each other, and Stevenson showing he's willing to give the fans the kind of fight they came to see. It takes 2 to tango, and Shakur Stevenson is giving the fans exactly that, a real fight. The numbers alone show he's here to entertain, but it's more than just the stats. Stevenson is standing his ground, flat-footed at times, trading punches, and Zepeda is finding success with it. A sharp left uppercut snaps Stevenson's head back, followed by another left to the body. Zepeda is letting his hands go, and this is the kind of challenge that makes great champions. Stevenson grins, almost inviting the exchange, as he circles back across the ring. The crowd erupts. They know they're watching something special. Moments earlier, Zepeda even landed what looked like a power jab that clearly shook Stevenson. Shakur acknowledged it, almost saying, "Okay, you caught me that time." But this is the fight many critics wanted to see from him, not just a defensive masterclass, but Stevenson generating offense and proving he can be exciting. Of course, there's been talk about his hand injuries and whether that affects his power, but Shakur is answering questions here. Too often in boxing, fans are quick to write off fighters. People doubted Zepeda after he couldn't dominate Tevin Farmer, but Farmer is a crafty technician, the kind of fighter who can think with you in the ring. Zepeda might not have faced many opponents with that skill set before, but tonight he's showing he belongs. The pressure is relentless, and while I'd love to see Shakur stay in the center of the ring, Zepeda is cutting off angles and forcing him to fight in uncomfortable spots. Stevenson is holding his ground and firing back, but with his back on the ropes, it's dangerous. Judges don't reward defensive posturing if the other guy is landing. This is the tradition of Mexican boxing on full display. Constant pressure, body shots, and the belief that as long as you keep coming, you've got a chance. Zepeda has taken Stevenson's best and is still right there. Shakur Stevenson is taking the shots reasonably well, but there's still a lot of work ahead for both fighters. This fight is wide open, and we're seeing some truly classy counterpunching on display. Stevenson lands a sharp right hook, trying to keep his back off the ropes, but Zepeda forces him there again. This is the best round of the fight so far for Zepeda, who started his career with a remarkable streak of first-round knockouts. As the competition has stiffened, that power hasn't produced the same results, but tonight he's proving he can still land with authority. Zepeda is digging to the body, refusing to back off, while Stevenson answers with his own body work. Through just 3 rounds, Shakur has already thrown more than 300 punches, nearly 100 per round, an incredible pace. The question is whether he can maintain that output in the second half, where pressure fighters like Zepeda tend to thrive. At close range, both men look composed, showing no surprise under fire. Still, as Antonio noted, when Stevenson allows himself to linger on the ropes, he's giving Zepeda opportunities. In the center of the ring, even small movements from Shakur can shift the fight in his favor. If he doesn't adjust, he risks letting the momentum slip away. Stevenson answers with a tremendous uppercut that snaps Zepeda's head back, but Zepeda responds with clean counters of his own. Both men are landing big shots to the body, to the arms, to the shoulders, testing each other's durability. Stevenson mixes in feints and lighter garbage punches to set up heavier shots, but his best work still comes when he holds the center and boxes classically. Zepeda, though, won't be denied. He lands a solid left hand that draws a roar from the crowd. This arena is electric. You can hear every shot, feel the energy,